Hello my marvellous sausages, and here's your quick guide to what you should be doing this week just before Season 22 arrives. There's a few things you need to be checking. First of all, engrams. Now there's a little bit of a confusion as to which engrams you should be picking up and the ones that you shouldn't. Well, basically what it is that any ritual playlist engram, so that's with Zavala or with Shax or with the Drifter, they're the ones that will disappear on the reset of the season. The seasonal engram, so anything that you find in the Helm, so anything to do with Season of the Deep or Season of the Defiance, you will keep those. They will carry over and stay there basically until the final shape comes. So don't panic about those, but make sure you pick up anything from the ritual playlist vendors. And don't forget as well to pick up anything from their reward tracks too, because that'll bug it off as well. Next, season passes. Now previous season passes, or at least the previous season's pass, you can access via the Bungie website. You just need to go over to your little icon doodah there and go to season progress look, and then you can see we're on Season of the Deep here at the moment. It's loading in the data. Those are the things I haven't picked up for this season yet, but look at the top here. You go to previous season pass, and I've got 7 things that I need to pick up there, and it's different for my Warlock and for my Hunter. You can just change it there, and my Titan. So I can claim these from here. Look, so I've got an Ascendant Alloy. I can claim that. There we are. Lovely. There is no room for this item. Now then, if I don't spend that Ascendant Alloy from out of my inventory, I'm going to lose this one, which is very, very irritating. So I need to do some weapon crafting to make sure I can spend one of those to pick this one up. Because this is Season of the Defiance, and this previous season pass will be disappearing. You won't be able to access it from this page any longer. There are apparently ways to access all previous season passes, but it means installing additions or extensions into whatever browser you've got, so I'm not going down that route at all, but there are ways to find that. But this is the official way to get a previous season. Now then, of course, Season of Defiance is off. This will then be Season of the Deep, and the current season will be Season 22, and whatever that is. So don't panic too much about picking up your Season of the Deep stuff, because that's going to be available for an entire season yet via this page. But make sure you pick up everything from here, like I said, and I've got to spend that, otherwise I'm going to lose that Ascendant Alloy. And talking of season passes, this current season pass, make sure you try to get to the level 100 if you can, because there's nice rewards there that you can pick up. But this is a weird thing. It's the deep sight harmonizers, and the reason why I say these are weird is because you can only hold one at a time, okay, in your inventory. So you can see I've picked up these two. I've picked up that one, and I've picked up the next one here on level 57. But this one here on level 62 I haven't picked up yet. Now you might find, I don't know, I might just forget about them, and then these are going to drop into the previous season pass section on the website, and then when the third season comes along, or the one coming out about Christmas time, I might lose all these. So my advice to you is start spending your deep sight harmonizers before the season's out. Stick it on the craftable weapons that you want. If you want to see what weapons are craftable, just go to your collections, go to patterns and catalysts, and then you can see the ones that you might be able to craft, because there's lots and lots of versions, not just the ones from the Helm. You know, you've got loads and loads of different ones. You might find that, oh look, I've only got 2 patterns to unlock the BXR Battler, so I could just run some Dares of Eternity, because that's where the loot pool is, or do some of the treasure stuff with Xur, and I can apply 2 deep sight harmonizers to that, and then I'll have the pattern for the BXR 55 Battler. Well worth having a look and doing it now, because just because you're going to get all these new lovely weapons next season doesn't mean they're going to be better than any previous weapons, because there's always some good, some bad, and some total rubbish. So bear that in mind. Might be worth getting your deep sight harmonizers one at a time and getting those patterns unlocked. Right, next I want to talk to you quickly about the seasonal challenges, and this season it's the easiest season to get this year, the seasonal challenge reward. This is 4,000 Bright Dust. We've basically got to do 76 of these seasonal challenges. Now usually there's 79 of these altogether, which leaves you a breathing room of 3 that you say, oh, I can't be bothered to do those. So for example, if you don't like doing Crucible, you can leave all the Crucible ones. But of course normally you can't do that, but now we have these seasonal bonuses, which you've probably done or you're pretty close to doing if you've been doing the seasonal storyline. These count as seasonal challenges, so you've got an extra 10 here, which means that a total of 13 of these you don't have to do on this page. So like you just saw there with me, I've only got another, this is the closest I've ever been, I've only got another 7 to do, so I'm going to do those no problem at all. Like I'll do a bit of Gambit, what I'll do there, I'll do some some Neomuna stuff there, look. I got rapid precision hits there. I really want to get, I don't think I'm going to get an ornament, but I will get the weapon. There's plenty there, so this is very easy to do. So make sure you do this week. Give yourself something to do while you're farming those bounties. Right, talking of bounties, that's the next thing to consider. Now, it's not something that you actually really need to do if you want to be perfectly honest with you. But what it does do is give you the XP, because we're not having a power boost again this season, so there's no power to worry about at all. But the main reason for getting bounties or farming or hoarding bounties is because of the XP, which is going to go into your new seasonal artifact. And because XP unlocks all the new artifact mods. So that's kind of the reason to be doing that. The faster you get the XP, the quicker you'll be able to unlock the mods and start experimenting with new builds. But unless you're going for a day one raid race for the new raid that comes out, it's not really that important, but it is quite nice to get a bit of a head start. So I'm going to be farming a few bounties, but this is what I normally do each season. I don't bother with the dailies, I just go and get the 2 weeklies from each vendor that has them. And the reason why I say weeklies is that they are worth 12,000 XP, and these ones here, which are the dailies, they're only 6,000. So you've got 2 from Erisure to get. They're 2 there, they're 12,000 each. There's 2 on the Lectern of Enhancement there, they're 12,000 each. There's 2 with Varixure on Europa. There's 2 with Shohan on the Cosmodrome. There's 2 with Peck Revenge here on the Dreaming City. Now, I just want to be aware of one of them's the Ascendant Challenge, which can be a little bit tricky to find, but I have done videos years ago on the Ascendant Challenges. But you'll see on the reset each week which one that's going to be, so there's only going to be one of those left. Unless you're watching this video on Monday evening and you can stick this one in and then do another one on the Tuesday, so you'll get double the XP plus ones there, because they're 12,000 each. Well worth picking up. There are weeklies with Star Horse as well there. Look, XP++ there. And for those as well, these are, well, they're only XP+, they're 6,000. But these are 12,000 each. That one is traditionally more difficult because of the legendary activity element involved to it. But these 2 here on a sticky situation are old-fashioned way. Pick one of those up to get the 12,000 XP for those 2. And don't forget, before you cash your bounties in next season, when the game starts, don't do it immediately. Make sure you've claimed the artifact first of all, otherwise you won't be able to stick XP into it to unlock the upgrade. So pick your artifact up first. And secondly, make sure you put this on, or as high as you've got the Blinding Light Experience Ghost mod. It increases all XP gains by 12%. So make sure you've got that, or the highest one that you have, on your Ghost to make the most of it. People also talk about these here, look, small fire team XP boost and small XP boost. So that increases the XP boost that you're going to get, but of course you have to unlock them as levels on your season pass. So it swings and roundabouts really, whether you're going to try and get your season pass as high as you can stomach before you cash in those bounties. Personally, I don't really wait for them. I just cash them in with the XP booster on my Ghost. And there's one other thing as well. If you're in a fire team, you will get extra XP as well when you cash in your bounties. So be in a fire team, have your Ghost boost on, and that's probably the best you can get without worrying about hanging around for weeks for you to do the season pass up a bit. Now, talking of bounties, here we are with Ada 1 and the Transmog bounties. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but look, mine are all blanked out here. Now, the reason they're blanked out is because I've done 10 on my Warlock, so I can't do any more, and that's how much you're allowed per character per season. So make sure you've done as many of these as you can, really, because every single one of these bounties translates to unlocking a piece of armor for transmogrification. I'm looking for some more nice robes, actually. Oh, I don't know which one to have for me Warlock. I think I'm gonna have to go with that. I'm gonna unlock it. Yes, look, I've got 15 of them so far. But it's good to have them. Don't waste them, yes. And finally, if you've taken a bit of a break for Season of the Deep, or you want to catch up on some of the story, particularly some of the Lightfall story, you can do that here. There's this node here on Neomuna called Veil Containment. Now, this only unlocks when you finish the Parting of the Veil, or Parting the Veil mission set, which comes after completing the main Lightfall campaign. And what happens here then is there's a little terminal that's glowing in this little area, and there's been quite a few pieces of lore delivered from it. Now, the last one is due to come out tomorrow. That's the reset just before, well, 1 week to go until till the end of the season. But you can listen to them all in order. I haven't got any here because I've been listening to them every week on my weekly reset, so the last one is tomorrow. But if you want to catch up with some Neomuna's story, and there's some very interesting lore there about where the game is going to go, very possibly, come and have a listen, and also stare out of the window and look at the Vale's bottom. And here we are at the end of another season, and for me, I actually quite enjoyed Season of the Deep. I think what the problem, or for me anyway, what the problem is just the overall inconsistencies within their kind of structure for their seasons. Because basically after the 6 weeks, the story's over, and then you get an event. What did we have? We had Solstice this time, which I really wasn't interested in. I'm not interested in buying the paths for silver, you know, the extra bits and bobs. I just can't stick it. I'd rather the story went on for another 3-4 weeks, to be perfectly honest, or at least having something else drop in. That's my feeling on it, to be perfectly honest. I don't think the season was bad at all. I really like deep dives. Salvage, playing it again and again, I enjoyed it first of all, but it's not very good as an activity. Deep dives are, and I like the way those evolved and changed. I did quite like the way the exotic mission was tagged onto it, but personally I prefer the old method of having like a big mission like Presage that you discover, and it's its own thing on its own node with loads of things attached to it. I loved that. That's great, and I really hope that that's the way they carry on, not having it tacked on to like a deep dive activity. I don't know. I didn't really like that. Personally, that's what I thought. You may totally disagree, and that's absolutely fine. We're all, you know, we're all different, aren't we? Yeah, horses for courses, as they say. Well, anyway, that's my kind of brief views on Season of the Deep. Not too bad at all. Overall, though, there are some things that do need to be addressed. What do you reckon? And let me know in the comments if you've got any other hints and tips to do before Season 22 drops on August the 22nd. And here's a reminder for you as well. I'm going to be doing a live stream on my main channel, not on my live streaming channel. I do the big showcase stuff for Destiny on my main channel. That will be August the 22nd. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see when the stream starts and we'll all watch it together. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage?